Commissioners and County Administrators. My name is Sister Gemma. I'm a Dominican Sister of Peace and a member of the Bread organization. And we're here to celebrate. As you know, we are most concerned about families making less than $30,000 per year. We want to applaud the County Commissioners for the conveyance fee increase that has helped 2,000 families in this income range. This was 7 years ahead of schedule. So thank you. With this progress, you are literally saving people's lives and giving families stability. We announced this at our Nehemiah Action last year and wanted to celebrate you publicly. Another accomplishment that we would like to recognize today is your allocation for housing of $8 million of the rescue plan money. Thank you. This is another key way to help families in our community. And as a Catholic and a faith-based person belonging to Bread, and as a pediatric nurse practitioner, my experience has shown that good housing, secure housing, makes for safer neighborhoods. It helps children to grow up healthy, and it improves school performance. So in so many ways, housing helps our neighborhoods. Families who have housing are secure and prosper. We urge you to dedicate more of the remaining rescue plan money towards affordable housing.
1 minute.
This year, you are again invited to our Nehemiah Action. We sent those invitations in December. The Nehemiah Action will take place on Tuesday, May 21st at 7 p.m. Mark your calendars. We would welcome you. This will be held at the Celeste Center on the Ohio State Fairgrounds. We want to publicly celebrate the Franklin County Board of Commissioners for what you've done with the conveyance fee at this event. When officials follow through with their commitments, we celebrate you at the Nehemiah Action. We also ask you to make a commitment towards allocating more rescue plan dollars. Can we count on you to be there? Thank you.
Thank you. If I may, Commissioners, thank you for your advocacy, your continued advocacy, and thank you, Carmen, for bringing this resolution. We know that the supportive services that we can provide on site just makes it easier for our residents who are going to the healthcare system but need other services, and so definitely support this. But to your comments about housing, let me just be clear for our viewing public, there's not a day that goes by that I'm not talking about housing. I want to say that, and Administrator Wilson can chime in, and as well as Zach. So outside of our conveyance fee, which we use for affordable housing, and in addition to the $8 million, we have allocated more resources, whether it's American Rescue Plan dollars as well as general fund dollars to affordable housing at every income level, just because the need here in Franklin County is so great, that affordable housing is needed for those who are making less than $30,000 all the way up. I mean, we're talking about teachers, firefighters, so if you're at 20 and 30% AMI, average median income, all the way up to 80 and 100%. Franklin County is looking, and I say commissioners and administration, is looking at innovative solutions all across the country to tackle this in many different ways. We had a public-private partnership that we entered into last year that's with a number of units in the affordable housing space. We have continued to allocate resources to our magnet fund for affordable housing, and not just affordable housing, but also supporting those projects that have permanent supportive housing, that have wraparound services, that provide childcare, that provide workforce training, that provide Wi-Fi and access to the internet, because that's just like a regular utility. So I want everyone, because it's not always known what we do every day, which is why you have the administrator and myself out in the community educating, doing coffees and convo with Crowley, talking about all the things that the commissioners do, because we want you to be informed. So we have allocated more resources that was just stated for those who are in the deep unaffordable income levels, but we support all income levels. So, thank you.
We appreciate you coming today, thank you. Housing is, you know, the most important issue that we deal with across the board, and we deal with important issues on a daily basis. Housing is something that we've all been talking about since I became a commissioner in 2016, or I'm sorry, 2009. And you know, it's an issue that we talk to our colleagues across the state and across the country about. It is an issue that we partner with our friends in city government, state government, and we in federal government. It's an issue that we are working on a daily basis. It is an issue that we partner with our friends in the private sector on. It is an issue that we spend millions of dollars in resources on, and it is something that we work on day in and day out. And there hasn't been a day that's gone by since I've been a county commissioner for the last 16 plus years that we haven't worked on this issue. So it is issue number one for us, and it is an issue that goes hand in glove with every other issue that we work on. It is at the root of everything that we do. And so, you know, it is not something that we have to put at the top of the list. It is literally at the top of the list of things that we work on every single day. And I know that both of my colleagues have worked on it every day since they've become a county commissioner as well. And so it is, and when I meet with my colleagues in every county in Ohio, and I meet with my colleagues across the country, it is something that they all work on as well. Housing is not a large county issue or a small county issue. It's not a red issue or a blue issue. Housing is the number one issue. Everybody has a different approach to it. Some people have, I think, better approaches than others. Some people really get it, some people just don't. But it is something that we work on day in and day out. So we really appreciate you being here. We appreciate you coming, and thank you for celebrating. You know, thank you for raising the issue. Thank you for Brett putting this issue at the top of their agenda. But it is certainly something that we have been working on, and know and understand that it is not something that we will stop working on. For as long as I've been here, and for as long as I have the honor of continuing to be here, it will be at the top of our agenda.
I would just say before you go, Administrator Wilson, to Commissioner O'Grady's just leadership through NACO, or National Association of Counties, and the large urban county caucus, as he led LUC and had focused, at least since I've been a commissioner, which is it'll be 3 years in July. Even when he focused on infant mortality, we couldn't talk about infant mortality if we weren't talking about housing. If we weren't talking about housing as being a social determinant of health and how that in fact affects pregnancy. So just always want to just thank Commissioner O'Grady for his leadership through the National Association of Counties, which there are more than 3,000 counties, but leading the large urban county caucus and really tackling this from different perspectives and different issues, but understanding housing is the foundation. Just want to say thank you for your leadership.
And indeed, we are really grateful for your efforts.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. Thank you, Commissioner Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady. Under the leadership of this board, last year alone, with the realization every day under your guidance that housing is health. Without housing, you can't have health. Without housing, it can't go along with this county's, workforce development focus. We are as focused on workforce development as we are housing. I talk to this board of commissioners all the time, and they say housing and workforce development are one A and 1B, and they can change either day, but we're focused on those things, in dealing with the immediate issues in our community. Just last year alone, you all dispersed over $38 million in direct rental, in utility assistance payments, and was awarded in total nearly $51 million in new and reallocated rental assistance dollars. So we have been taking advantage of everything we can in the community. And last year we committed to the development of 572 affordable housing units through the county's magnet fund, which we are going to work to make that fund stronger, make that fund more innovative in how we use it. And that doesn't mean that we don't look at opportunities outside the magnet fund, and we have, as Commissioner Crowley spoke of, this board is looking at every opportunity to create additional affordable, and not just affordable, ma'am, but sustainable houses, because to have a home is not enough. We need to give people the tools to stay in a home.
Right.
And to be able to build community.
Right.
And to be able to educate their children in a safe and secure environment. So we hear you, we have heard you, and it is a process. It is a marathon, not a sprint in this community, but we're gonna keep grinding away at it. And every day we're trying to get it right by doing more in the housing, affordable housing area. So I appreciate your advocacy, because your advocacy does help us produce results. Thank you, Commissioner Crowley. Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner Boyce has his hand raised. Commissioner Boyce, would you like to speak?
Yeah, thank you so much, and I really want to just echo my colleagues' comments. I'm so disappointed that I can't be here today. I had a family emergency, but I did want to say I had the fortune of chairing the Affordable Housing Task Force for NACO over the last year, and it should be noted that counties traditionally don't engage in affordable housing historically, because counties don't traditionally control land use like municipalities do, cities do. We don't do a lot of zoning for land use, and so it's not very traditional. So through Administrator Wilson's comments and Commissioner O'Grady's comments, Commissioner Crawley's comments, it really is unique to see a county, and somewhat of a nuance even for Franklin County, to spend that type of investment in housing. And I think it's one of those fundamental value sets that have come over the last few years that have shifted, and you're starting to see that on a national basis, where counties are exploring creative ways that we can use our resources to enhance the human service value set that counties generally do play. So I just wanted to say that, because it really is not usual, and it's our capabilities, while somewhat limited because of we don't control land use generally in municipalities where most of the land exists in the county. But we're thinking very creatively and committed to that. I know I've got two really good colleagues that think in big ways like that too. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I don't know if you had something, you're looking like you've been ready to say something, but
It's all been said, I'm good.
to Commissioner Boyce's
Thank you.
point, in serving on the task force as well, like NACO is our national association, where we're advocating to the federal level for more resources, and then coming up with things that recommendations that we can implement at the county level, but working with partners all across the nation who have this as a priority. So you have commissioners here, like I said, these two who are leading at the national level in this space. So we'll keep working away. Thank you. If there are no additional comments or questions, move for approval of resolution